we are going to get right into this. This Talforge Corrosive Shard I am talking about because I do have a Corrosive and Blast build. This takes it to 1 stack away from being a full armor strip. This is plenty, especially because I have a pet that does heat damage, which takes it to like, I think it was 97 or 99% armor strip. It's pretty good. If you want full armor strip, you can do 2 regular greens, or, hey, even 2 Talforge greens. So that way you can strip even more armor out of Acolytes and Void Angels. The rest of these are irrelevant to the build. They completely are irrelevant to the build. What is not irrelevant, however, is the Arcane Acceleration. Now, if you don't have this yet, I highly recommend getting the Platinum if you're going to do the Corrosive Blast build, because there's not really space for it. For Vile Acceleration. Now, for Arcane Avenger, that's just a flex slot. It can be whatever you want. I have it because it allows me to do more damage. I can go deeper into the crit. And I also use it for everything else in my loadout as well. Now, the pet build is mostly irrelevant, except for, like the other video, the Vigilante set bonus. I'm just showing you the Riven just cause. It's not really super helpful, but if you want to, like, go into crit like I am with Arcane Avenger and the Vigilante supplies, the only part of this build that matters are those 3 top mods. That's it. Everything else can be whatever you want, if you're going to have that. And I'll show you Tiny Box Tim's, stuff. It's irrelevant to the build. I really want DE to allow us to change their names, because I want to name them Tiny Box Tim. Here is the main build. Basically, it's just copy and paste. And you're gonna do good, you're gonna do work, and there's Vigilante supplies for the inherited Vigilante set bonus. But I just want to say first and foremost that I was wrong. In my last Stahlta video, I must have been so much more tired than I thought I was because of the things that I mentioned at the end of my previous video. I won't get into it here, but essentially, my voice acting career is falling apart. Burnout, just life, right? The stress could take me at any moment. Comment, same, if you relate. Ah, boy. So, I was exhausted, my sleep is really not good, among all the other stuff. And I was trying to figure out how to make this work in the way that I wanted. I was trying with and without crit, with and without base damage, with and without rifle in a minute, like all that stuff, so I was exhausted. The hood, which is what I like to, in a fun way, call ADHD, was acting up. I was trying to keep all of this stuff in my mind, and I tried just Corrosive Blast, Corrosive Heat, and I thought that I tried Corrosive Blast. I must have just really thought about doing it to the point that I thought I actually did it, but I didn't. I didn't. And if it wasn't for this beautiful human being right here, messaging that Corrosive and Blast is, the best, which it is, I would not have thought about, wait, did I actually test that? I thought I did. So, thank you so much for bringing up Corrosive Blast, because that is what I typically test first, right? I typically always test Blast and Gas, because since the status rework, those have been my favorite elements. They have been my most favorite elements to play with. So I usually always test them first. Especially on single target weapons to give them a bit of AOE. And I thought that I tested it. And I guess I didn't. And so I was going through that and I was like, man, golly, I don't know what I'm getting wrong. But I think what I did get wrong is that if I did actually test Corrosive Blast, I didn't test it with crit, as in Vital Sense and crit delay. I must have just tested it with just like a status build alone. I must have, so thank you to that person for that so much. And I was correct about a good portion that I did say that, Viral will really help this weapon, and Hunter Munitions also does really help. Obviously, as you saw from the damage I was dealing in the last video, but it doesn't need either Viral on whatever other build you want to put on it, or Hunter Munitions to guarantee dot on any other build. I was wrong about that. And I do want to apologize to you guys. Like, I know that I don't have to because we all make mistakes and it's just, you know, got a lot of stuff going on. But I feel like I should because, like, the misinformation could affect y'all's ability to have fun. And it could potentially sway some folks to avoid this weapon altogether. And I definitely do not want that because this gun is so much fun and I don't want to lead you guys astray. You know, I don't want to give garbage information, so that's why I made this follow-up video. So, I do apologize for my mistakes in the last video. You don't need viral to make this gun work. You don't need guaranteed slash to make this gun work. And I do apologize for the inaccurate information that I gave in my past Stahlta video. Now, obviously, viral and slash does work, but you can absolutely make blast and gas work. Here is the gas build. Again, another copy-paste, there's not a lot to say here, but I will also add that if you want to take this gas build further into Steel Path beyond base Steel Path, something that can and will help is you can take off Serration and put a Bane mod. Now, I personally don't run Bane mods, but if you wanted to get more out of your gas build, that is going to help a lot. So, whatever faction you're going against, you can drop that in and keep Rifle Elementalist. If you want to go even more ham with your gas, Subsume Roar. You're double dipping with that faction mod, you're double dipping with Roar, and then you have bonus status damage with Rifle Elementalist. It is bonkers. Alright, if you wanted to go even further than that, you can use a weapon platform buffer frame. Horror. You know, you can dip into super heavy red crits. Can you imagine that? Roar Horror with a faction mod on this gas build? It would be nuts. It would be nuts. But that's it, guys. Nothing super spectacular, nothing, you know, super different, just not very much to explain. Put the mods in, and they do work. But again, like I said, I am sorry for, you know, speaking inaccurately in that last video. I really was just very, very tired. I was right that slash does help, the viral is useful, but when is that not true, right? I was wrong in saying that in general, this gun needed one or the other. So, I do apologize for that. I really love both of these builds because I love blast and gas. I personally am probably going to run Corrosive and Blast on this thing as my regular. Like, this is my main weapon now, the Stahlta. It's so much fun. If you don't know how to get it, it's, you get it by doing the Granum Void, you know, the golden hand statues, putting the top tier coin in the hand, going in there, getting 75 kills if you're by yourself. That's how you get it. I, personally, would suggest buying it, because it is... You'll get like 15 barrels before you see any other part. So, if you want to save time, I just say buy it. Other than that, Rivens are, the last time I checked, which is while I'm editing this, it's like 1 to 200 if you do want a Riven for it, but like I said, it doesn't need it. It doesn't need it. So, I hope you guys have a good day, a good night, and I hope you have a lot of fun with these two new builds. May RNG be in our favor.